and hard like a truck.
Time now for your question of the day. Brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Markets of Las Cruces. Fresh produce, bread, meat, honey, food trucks, handmade art, music, and more. Every Saturday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. downtown Las Cruces.
That's right. It is time for our question of the day. And my question of the day basically comes from, as you're going on throughout your day, and you run into people that are doing some things, and sometimes they may seem like the most basic of things, but they just can't handle it. Yeah. Basically, my question is, what is a basic skill that still shocks you, blows your mind when adults don't know how to do it? I'll give you a couple of examples. Spatial awareness, hey, got my space right here, personal spaces, or self-reflection, being able to grow, or critical thinking. Too many people just take information that is spoon-fed to them, and they don't think about it. They don't ask questions. Take a moment to think about that. Or basic fact checking, or washing your hands. You figured we would have learned that one after the past few years, right? Also, cooking. The ability to just do some cooking is something that you find out. Wow, you don't know how to do that. I don't know. There are some basic skills that everybody should have, and sometimes it kind of blows my mind when they don't have it. If there is one thing that does mess with me is, basic customer service skills. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to have to be the best that you can have that and like amazing, blow you out of the water kind of customer service skills, but like basic customer service skills, being nice to someone and helping them out when they need some help right there. That blows me away when some people just cannot handle that. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm just getting closer and closer to old man yelling at clouds, but that one kind of gets me. So I ask you this question and think about it. What is a basic skill that still shocks you when adults don't know how to do it? Yeah, that probably happens a lot more than you think, but let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in at 575-523-KGRD. That's 575-523-5478. Of course, we are live on our social media pages, so go ahead and leave your comments there on our YouTube and Facebook pages as well if you'd like. But let me know your answers for our question of the day. What's a basic skill that still shocks you when adults don't know how to do it? Yeah, I'll even throw in manual driving with the car. Yeah. Who could drive a stick? Anyway, let me know your answers for our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. Okay. Yeah, exclusively up on our social media pages right now. And seriously, like sometimes you just run into some things and you're like going like, wow, you don't know how to do that. Because there are certain skills. Actually, there are certain skills some people would be surprised that I do have, I can iron my own shirts. It seems like a pretty basic skill. I just wear a lot of t-shirts and don't do that often. But it's one of those things. There are certain basic things that you think everybody knows, but sometimes you run into somebody and they don't know it, which is weird. So let's see. Mom already chimed in and said cook, not everybody can cook as well as you can. Yeah, I'm kind of kissing up to mom a little bit from when I go home. But actually something that my dad would say, the only thing I ever heard him say about my mom is that she can cook. Anyway, cooking is one of those things, even basics. Like if you can get ramen noodles down, then you're good, right? So that at least is cooking in some way. So that's a good one right there. But what about you? Is there anything else that when you're thinking about it, what is a basic skill that still shocks you when adults don't know how to do it? What kind of blows your minds when you get into that? Let me know your answers. Call them in, text them in. Of course, you can also just leave your comments down below. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in and around the world today. Starbucks is bringing back the pumpkin spice latte, and they've set a date for it as August 26th. And I'm going like, that seems really, really early. I mean, that's just about a month away, right? Also, Guinness and Van Leeuwen collaborating on a limited edition Guinness ice cream. Flavor combines the rich taste of Guinness beer with chocolate chunks. And I'm not sure what the ABV would be, but once again, picked the wrong lifetime to stop drinking. Cookie Monster is going to be the Grand Marshal at the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. That's going to be a lot of fun, July 27th. Speaking of more cookies here, Chips Ahoy is releasing limited edition Stranger Things cookies with a new ingredient. Basically, they are going to have the cookies will feature a filling with popping candy to create the experience of the Upside Down. I'm not quite sure if that's the right experience, but it'll be kind of cool to get those popping candies in your mouth. Oreo releasing a limited edition Halloween cereal. Oreo Puffs turn the milk bright orange. That ought to be a lot of fun. Kelly Clarkson tells Female First that she finds dating very difficult. It's hard anyway, at a spot on it, and makes it a dumpster fire. Well, Kelly, if you're interested, I am quite familiar with dumpster fires. So, I'm just saying I'm open to the possibility if you are. Billy Joel recently surprised some New York tourists in a pedicab who were playing his music. The woman in the pedicab, they were thrilled to see him and asked about his health. They did not say what he answered. And I also saw that a Fort Myers, Florida bear recently caught roaming in the neighborhood. The bear was tagged and relocated by wildlife officials, and the police posted no charges were filed, just a warning for excessive cuteness. Well, bears are cute and fluffy, right? Let's see. Once again, I'm looking for answers for our question of the day today. And that is basically, what is a basic skill that still shocks you when adults don't know how to do it? It could be something basic like cooking or, the laundry or dusting. Although I pretend I don't know how to do that one because I just don't like dusting. But there's a lot of different things that are in there. Driving a standard vehicle. It's very hard to even find some standard vehicles these days, but there's things like that. And like I said, seem like they're very basic, but it always blows your mind when you find out that somebody can't do that. That is our question of the day. Once again, call them in, text them in, or just leave your answers down below. Once again, what's a basic skill that shocks you when adults don't know how to do it? That is our question of the day, brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.